had a great Thanksgiving and had full bellies and great time with your family and friends. And now we can all focus on Christmas. So with that, I thought now would be a good time for me to come back and jump back into making YouTube videos. I've really missed it. I've missed, editing and filming videos. And so I was like, I'm going to do it this Christmas. I'm going to challenge myself to upload a video every day in December. So with that, welcome to the Christmas Diaries Day 1. And one thing that I know about Christmas and the holidays is it's very stressful, and it's also really easy for us to just go ahead and get takeout instead of cooking at home. But I found this really cool recipe book that I want to share with you that I've been using, that's been making meal planning, grocery shopping, everything like that super easy to do. So here's the cookbook. So I came across this cookbook. It's Cook Once, Eat All Week, and it's by Casey Jones. It's 26 weeks of recipes, and it offers 3 meals a week. They do have bonus meals as well. There's another book that I've been using for my bonus meals, but it's divided up into different weeks. Here on the first page, it shows you what your protein, your vegetables, and your starch is going to be. Basically, the way she takes care of it is it's protein, veggie, and starch 3 times for 3 meals. And also in this book, it has how many people you have in your family means how many meals you have to make to go along for the full week. So it's 3 meals a week, and there are 4 portions each meal. So we end up by having 1 portion each during the week, and then we have 3 leftover portions for leftover nights. So we're able to eat. It's 4 nights a week for us. So it also talks about if you need to change the recipe from low carb, paleo, it gives you ideas on what to substitute to go along with your dietary needs. So in this book, it also talks about dairy-free swaps, grain swaps, low-carb swaps. The thing I really liked is the veggie swaps, because there's certain vegetables that I know my husband and my son will not eat, but I know there's other vegetables he will. So you can swap with any vegetables. Protein's the same way. My husband doesn't eat pork, so I could swap the pork things with either beef or chicken. So we're just going to go on to we're going to go to, I'm doing week 18, which is baked turkey breast, kale, and butternut squash. Because Thanksgiving was 2 days ago, we have lots of leftover turkey, so I figured this would be a great way to use up our turkey. So you go to the week, and then it has the weekly ingredients that you need to grocery shop for, or to see if you have in your pantry. And then it has over here ingredient subs for paleo or dairy free, and to make it nut free as well. And so here are the 2 bonus dinners if you wanted to do 5 dinners. It has completely different, like this has ranch chicken thighs, has completely different meats and proteins that don't go along with this. I haven't made any of the bonus dinners yet. I have made the regular dinners, and there hasn't been a dinner that we don't like. Now, I will say this. If it says taco, or like it looks like it's going to be a Tex-Mex or a Mexican food, I would add more spice to it, because that's how we roll around this house. Some of them have been really bland, where I'm like, this is going to be bland. It just needs tweaking on the spice. So it's up to everybody's individual taste. But then it goes on with prep day, and that is what we're going to be doing tomorrow. Right now, I've got my grocery list all done and all written out for this. And also, the other cookbook that I've been using is, I try 2 nights a week for us to have a vegetarian meal. Because of the cost of meat, it's just a lot of money, and also having meat every night of the week is kind of bad for you. Not bad, but it's expensive, and it's not exactly the most healthy choice to have meat every week. There's other ways you can get protein. So I got this cookbook and I've been doing some vegetarians. That way I can get rid of some of the vegetables that I buy here as well. And so I made out my grocery list. I am going to go grocery shopping. I'm going to take you along with me, and then we'll do a grocery haul followed by meal prep. So let's go grocery shopping. Okay, there is no one here. I mean, hardly anybody. And I absolutely love grocery shopping the weekend after Thanksgiving. I always have, because no one is in the grocery store ever. It's super nice. So I'm almost home, but there is a breakfast burrito place that usually has like extremely long lines in our town. So good, and the line is not that long, so I was like, hey, I'm gonna get 3 breakfast burritos, and they're like $3 each, and they're huge. I'll show them to you whenever I get home. All right, I went to H-E-B and spent $138 and some change. Not everything is food that we're eating this week. I've actually divided up amongst things that aren't food and then things that are food. If you don't know what H-E-B is, it is actually a store that's based in Texas that they only have stores in Texas and in North Mexico, and everybody in Texas loves them. They just don't have them like in the Dallas area. They have one, and it opened up, I think, last year, and people were lined up the night before just to shop. That's how much people love H-E-B. So I'm going to put down below the actual cost of all the food that we're going to eat this week, but we're going to start on the stuff that we're not going to eat this week. That's over here. You might be like, but those are oranges. Yes. If you've seen any of my Christmas videos, you know I like to decorate with oranges for Christmas. So I bought a bag of oranges. Now we probably will eat some of them, but a lot of them are done for decorations. I also got, I got some plastic wrap, some gallon Ziploc baggies, some parchment paper. I needed multi-surface cleaner because my other Mrs. Myers was completely empty. So I got honeysuckle. I got 2 things of tins for little breads that I may be making, AA batteries, universal light clips for our Christmas lights because, yeah, we're going to be putting them up this year. I cannot wait. This is actually for my daughter who lives in Washington State. She can't get Wolf Brand chili, and she misses her Peter Pan honey roasted creamy peanut butter. She asked for that along with some Whataburger spicy ketchup, which I've already bought in the past, and I'm going to be sending it to her in a care package. Now we're moving into everything that we're going to be eating this week or using this week or using in the next couple of weeks. You know, food that is going to be consumed. I bought some diced tomatoes, Greek yogurt, applesauce, my favorite creamer in the world for my coffee, some OJ, eggs. I got a 15 case of Pepsi because, you know, I like Pepsi. Just like to drink it. I got some celery sticks, an onion, some sage. Kind of upset me because all they had was this brand. It was kind of expensive. It was like $3. I could get it cheaper someplace else, but I was like, okay, I'm just here. Might as well go ahead and get it. I got 2 heads of broccoli, 2 lemons, a pomegranate, sweet potato, some carrots. And you know what I'm finding? I'm finding it's really hard to find carrots like this unless they're organic. Usually they come in the plastic bags and there's like 15 of them, and I don't need 15 carrots. I just need this much. And so I'm spending a lot of money on carrots that I don't need. I got some green onions, 2 butternut squashes, some bananas, kale, 2 loaves of honey wheat bread, 2 bags of jalapeno chips, and then a bag of sea salt and vinegar chips from Kettle. Yes, I know we have our leftovers for
Thanksgiving, but we don't have a lot of ham left, and I love a ham and cheese sandwich, so I went ahead and got ham along with some sliced cheese. And as I said, I'm going to show you, this is the burrito that I got. It actually was like $4, but my goodness, this is like 2 meals for me. So I'm going to go ahead and put all this away. Now, how I usually start meal prepping is I meal prep on a Sunday. It is Saturday, so you will see me tomorrow to start meal prepping. And it'll just be a second for you, but it'll be about 24 hours for me, so I'll see you then. All right, it is the next day, so now it's time to start the meal prep for the week. The first thing that we're going to do after I go through this is I am going to put a cup of rice in the rice cooker for my lunches and get that done. So how it works is you go over to the next page. Here it talks about roasting the turkey. We're using Thanksgiving turkey, so I don't need to roast that, so I can actually skip that. So it talks about the kale. So I need to wash and dry both bunches of kale. Now I bought baby kale, so I don't have to worry about the bunches. I'm not going to chop one and put it into a container. I'm just going to leave that alone until the night of. The other one, I do need to place in olive oil over a medium heat and let it wilt for about 3 to 4 minutes. Add some lemon juice. So I'll do that. And it's going to be the harvest. I've also, for the bacon, I've got my oven heating up to 400 degrees because I'm going to cook it in the bacon. So let's go ahead and get started with this. Okay, the next thing it calls for is to slice the carrots. Peel 4 medium carrots, then slice them into 1/4 inch thick coins, store in the refrigerator for later on that week. I don't peel my carrots. I don't, if it calls for peeled potatoes or so, I just don't peel them. I feel that you lose some of the nutrients if you do that. So I'm going to wash these carrots and then we're going to cut them up. All right, so it wasn't filming, but I did get my carrots all done. And then I realized I wasn't filming. So now it's time to seed half the pomegranate. Never had to seed a pomegranate before, so. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I got about 90% of the meat out. The pomegranates, working on it a little bit. Once I get this done, I'm going to clean my cutting board. My apron has like red spots all over it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks like I killed something. Then we're going to do the butternut squash. Oh my God, I am really sucking at this. I thought it was filming and it wasn't. I got the butternut squash done. It's in the oven at 375 for 60 minutes. I went ahead and scooped out all the seeds and everything. Now we're going to work about the turkey, so I'll be right back. I'm actually going to make sure I'm recording this time. Okay, let's talk turkey. So what I'm doing is I'm going to be breaking up all the meat, and as I get to the bones, I'm going to be putting it in my crock pot so that we could have some broth made. The rest of the meat can go back in this bag for right now. I think this is going to be the longest part of the day, is deboning this. Another thing my mom told me to do, that I could do, is I could just throw the turkey in the crock pot and the bones would, you know, the meat would come across the bones, and I might end up by doing that on the bottom half. Yeah, I'm going to throw the rest of this turkey in here, like so. This is a trick that my grandparents did to get the meat away from the bone. And there's a lot of meat there, so I'm just going to fill this up with water, and I'm going to stick it in the crock pot for about 6 hours and see if I can get all the meat off of it then. So it hasn't even been a full hour, and I've got everything cooked or cooking. My bacon, I'm letting it cool off. The rice, I'm letting it cool off before I put in a dish. I've also got a steamed broccoli, but it's the same container that the rice is in, so I gotta let that all cool off, and then I'll steam some broccoli for a vegetarian meal. Got the crock pot on for at least 6 hours with the turkey to get the meat pulled away. It'll be easy peasy then. And the butternut squash is cooking. So I will show you everything once it's kind of packaged up and how I put it in the fridge. Okay, so here's 3 things that I already have packaged up. I've got my rice ready, the bacon. It says to chop it up. I don't. I leave it whole. And this is the kale. And then my pumpkin squash just came out of the oven. I'm going to pull the pulp out of one pumpkin squash, butternut squash, out of one butternut squash, and the other one is actually going to be for dinner tonight. I'm just going to let those cool off. Here is the broccoli that I need to go ahead and get steamed. I steamed the broccoli for 29 minutes because it doesn't go all the way up to 30. It always seems to be the best time for me to steam with the steamer. Well, it does go up to 30, so it'll be 30 minutes. So basically I have lunch, dinners ready to go. I just have to put everything together except for this big boy, which is still going, which will be later on tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these over and let them cool down, and I'm going to put everything away. Alright, so I got all the meat off the turkey, plus what's in the bag, so that's enough meat. I'm leaving it out right here because tonight's dinner is going to be this twice loaded butternut squash. So I'm going to go ahead and start cooking it. And these are the recipes that it has for the week that we're going to have, just so you know before I close out this video. It's got a Tuscany turkey kale soup, and then we're having a harvest casserole. Look at that, doesn't that look good? And we have enough turkey to last all week for it. So I guess I will see you tomorrow in day 2 of the Christmas Diaries.